I've run out of saltine crackers. So I've moved into these. These are so good. And they must not have calories because it doesn't say there on the back. Not that I'm real calorie-ish, but just curious. It's Christmas Eve Eve, and we have had a person with the flu. So, you know, I've been trapped in here for days. And I've had a cold. Well, this morning I woke up and my back hurt a teensy bit. And I was tired. I was like, I'm going to be proactive. I might be sick. So I have wallowed in this bed all day long. I signed up for a free trial of Hulu and watched about the little girl called Still Missing Morgan. And just finished that. I mean, I've been in here for like 5 hours. And it has been fantastic. I actually think this might be a new tradition. Other people go shopping and do all sorts of stuff. Not me. Just going to, my new tradition is going to be wallowing. Where'd my candy go? Now I'm laying in saltine crackers. How is Amos feeling? Amos is feeling better. He is ornery, which is, you know, a good sign. And my husband has taken my oldest son to go shoot something. I don't know what. I think just practice shooting something. And my daughter has a friend over somewhere, and she has been arguing with me about wanting to make a cake. Ain't nobody making any cake in here, I can tell you that right now. No cake. I went down and cleaned up the kitchen a little while ago. And, I mean, I was sitting down there thinking, I would like to have a lock to make somebody pay to come in here, because they're always like, I'll clean up. Well, clean up means I will take the pan off the stove and throw it in the sink. I mean, there is crap everywhere. Anyway, so there you go. But the good news is I do not feel sick. I ate a whole bag of Cheetos in my bed. I just ate a sleeve of saltine crackers and a whole packet of that chicken noodle soup in the paper. So good. I've never had, Thomas one time brought me canned chicken soup home when maybe I had COVID or something. And I was like, what is this soup? I like the mix from the packet. Not as good as my mother's, though. Glad you didn't get the darn cough. I appear good, but I'm just going to lay in here for the rest of the day just in case. And I'm not going to make anybody any food. If they want to cook, they can go do it at somebody else's house. They have been instructed to go out to eat, not here. And then hopefully I'll be all perky by tomorrow and I can get back in my Florence Henderson mode. There is a cough drop thing called Cold Ease. Really? I mean, this is not an advertisement, but I wish they'd pay me to sell these things. Mucinex. I didn't even have a sore throat, but they taste like honey. So good. Leftover lasagna soup. I've never heard that, Megan. It's so interesting. Well, I'll tell you what we're having around here. We're having, as long as it doesn't come from this house, there's about 5 leftover chicken wings in there. There's a half a loaf of banana bread. There's a packet of sausage and one of those logs of Velveeta cheese. And then there's, oh my God, there's so many vegetables. You know, what happens is I get very overzealous, and I really think a lot of myself when I go to a farmer's market. I went last Saturday, And I bought broccoli and sweet potatoes and red and yellow peppers. It's almost like I'm in The Hills Are Alive when I'm at the farmer's market. And I have it all in my basket. Then I get home and I just throw it out in the refrigerator. And then no one ever eats it. And we eat things like frozen mashed potatoes or boxed mac and cheese. Do your parents want y'all to stay home? Well, I haven't asked them that. I think they want us to come. That's why I'm resting. I wanted to make sure I wasn't sick. If I came down with the flu today, or if anybody else came down with the flu, there were going to be problems with traveling. Even if I wore a mask and didn't care, I know that my followers would report me to the local police. But the broccoli and the dip? Ugh. Where did I get these? I got these at my favorite drugstore, Blunt's drugstore. So if I do go down there, I'm going to have to pretend I drove or something. One time, we were going to Alaska. And about, I don't know, half of us had the throw-up bug. Well, the other half didn't have it. So we had 2 days, nobody got it, and I just thought, well, we're not going to get it. So we go to the airport, and we're on the plane, and Blair, bleh. And then in Houston or Dallas or somewhere, we're in the American Airlines Club. People are going to start complaining now. And little Thomas goes and gets some pizza. And then like 10 minutes later, he's laying down on the floor in there. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Well, he was sick. So there are these showers in the American Airlines Club. And those two went and wallowed in those showers for like 3 hours. We got to Canada. We were going to Canada first. I don't know. We were about to die. And everybody was like, you should not have traveled. Well, they were not sick when we left. I didn't say like, here, you have the throat bug. Take some Zofran and get on the plane. How was I supposed to know? And for anybody that's like, well, if somebody in your house is sick, you shouldn't go anywhere. Well, then I might as well sit in prison. Because I would never get to leave if I had to stay here whenever anybody was sick. When you have this many people are sick. Are you in bed? Yes, I'm resting. My back was hurting. I was worried I was getting the flu. But I don't think I am. I seem to feel way better. You drink a lot of tea. I've been drinking tea too. But I don't know if it's helped me. In bed, you must be pooped. Maybe I'm just tired from all this frickin' cooking. Mary Scott yesterday told me I needed to quit saying, I kept saying, it's like being in hell. She goes, you need to quit saying that. I was like, do I say it a lot? She was like, yes. Oh. I'm just not used to all this cooking. And it takes so long. It's like, if you do the math on the amount of time it takes to cook and clean up, you could, it just makes me think we should go out more often. You were standing a long time while you were cooking. That may be true. Maybe I was standing too much. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep. That's true. See? Well, today I've rested. If you say the word flu, people flee. Flu, flee. It's the cooking. 10 days to get a cold, 10 days to have it, 10 days to get rid of it. Really? I don't even think I have a cold anymore. Don't I sound good? I was going to take a bath. That would require me going in there and turning the water on. I don't like a potty mouth. Oh, I do. Mother fricker. You will miss one day. I know. Do you have a housekeeper? I do. But she's not here on Saturday. I know someone in real hell. My friend's husband was the doctor from Greenville. What does that mean? That's so secretive. So somebody yesterday said, you never talk about news stories anymore. And I was like, it's really true. I don't talk about news stories. Well, so then I started investigating. I have one to talk about. Do you remember Gypsy Rose, the girl? Well, the mother, Dina, pretended Gypsy Rose was sick. The mother had Munchausen by proxy, which now has a new name, but that's what we all know it is. Do y'all remember her? Well, Gypsy Rose, I just looked at Gypsy Rose's Facebook account, and it legitimately says, "The bee is dead." That's the last post on it, and it's still up. I cannot believe Facebook hasn't taken it down. Anyway, Gypsy, her mother changed her birth date 6 years. 6 years. Your followers do not whine like you say they do. Show some respect. Kiss my arse. Anyway, she had this boyfriend, and she got him to come over, and to the mother, and then they leave, and then they're like, news stories like the mother and the daughter are in danger, they've disappeared. Well, now she's been in prison. Yes, she's been in prison now for 17 to 20 years, and she's about to get out, on the 28th. My dementia husband put chocolate under the tree, and my dog got in it. Oh, Deb, I love you. You should be a subscriber. You would find. She was on Dr. Phil this week from prison. Darn. Is Dr. Phil even on? I haven't seen Dr. Phil since I had old-fashioned rabbit ears and would nurse upstairs, and I had a phone, an old box TV, and you just got a few channels, and I'd watch Dr. Phil. Yeah, she's about to get out. Uh-huh. Yep. She's getting out. And good for her, because you know what? I don't think she should have gone to jail. What do you think about them apples? Your mother has had, your teeth pulled, shaved your head, made you stay in a wheelchair your whole life, and make you pretend to be, have multiple muscular dystrophy, cancer, polio, epilepsy, lice. I don't know, tons of things. And stabbing was a bit harsh, but you know what? I can see that she's I got to get out of here. Anyway, I guess they had to tortured her. Thank you, Paula. Tortured her. Gypsy got married in prison. I'd like to know more about getting married in prison. Do you have COVID? No. COVID is a real problem for people. They love to ask me if I have it. Is Dr. Phil no longer on TV? He is still on TV? Oh. I do love some Oprah Winfrey. Join the club. I'm not sick. I just thought I might get sick. So now I'm resting, not being sick. You should take the new train from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando and drive to Legoland in Winter Haven. Ugh. I don't want to do any of that. I'm trying to make my life easier. First time catching you live or battle alive. Sorry you're down and out. I'm not down and out. I'm up and over. This is the news story you choose. Israel, the border. Kimberly, don't judge me. I'm resting. Those types of news stories take a lot of, thinking. I haven't done that much thinking. Other than to cook and play Scrabble. And encourage people to apply to more colleges unsuccessfully. Yeah, what if I were going to talk about the border? the only thing I know about the border is that Youngkin put a bunch of people on a plane and sent them up to Chicago. That's what I know about the border. You sound nasal. That's because I have a deviated septum. You don't hear people talk about those anymore. And then your denial of the sick status. I'm not sick. How can it be? Why is it funny? I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I don't have a cold. I don't have anything. I don't have a sore throat. I'm just tired. What? How can I be sick? Do I look sick? Yes, you do need to subscribe, Megan. It's terrible. So I know about that. And then I don't know what the devil's happening in Israel. I mean, that is just a mess. Totally mess. Total mess. Ugh, there's no food over there. I mean, it's bad. Which part of Home Goods did you locate the Scrabble board? I located the Scrabble board in the part of Home Goods that has the games. They had Blanket Twister, Blanket Candyland, and Scrabble. Your parents will think you're sick. Oh. Well, I don't know what to do about it. If you have a cold, you're sick. Really? Do y'all think that is? Do you feel like if you have a cold, you're sick? I don't count a cold being sick. Sunny and warm in Miami. But you know, yes, I think it's terrible to send them up to Chicago. And this is probably going to get me, everybody's going to hate me for saying this. But I also think it's real easy to, what do they call it, armchair quarterback when it doesn't apply to you. Just like all you people out there can talk to me about what you have is what you want to go to your parents. You don't want to say you're sick. If I were sick, I wouldn't go to my parents. Yeah. So you have armchair quarterbacks. You have people that, what they would do if they had a child with autism, or what they would do if they had a cold, or what they would do, what la 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 la. So you have all these people that have all these thoughts on the border problems. And you have Texas, who is actually dealing with the problems. And it is a problem. Not that people are problems. But if you have thousands of people show up in Edenton today, what are we going to do? So I think he is frustrated and says, okay, if you all are going to act like you're holier than thou, then damn it, let me let you help me. Anyway, maybe that's not popular. I don't really care. Having a cold could mean you're passing a much more serious issue. Dear baby Jesus, Mary and Moses. So if you have a cold, I just cannot imagine that there's a world where people with colds didn't leave the planet. Anyway, my son works on the border. It's very, very ugly. Stop speaking sickness over her. That's right. So anyway, do I know any other news? No. I got nothing. Amos is, I think, feeling better. He's downstairs watching television. He's worried he's going to miss his airplane. And I told him we're not leaving until Christmas afternoon. I hope you're well for Christmas. I hope I am. Maybe I'll have a new illness by then so I can freak people out. Maybe I'll have, like, I don't know, something. How come there are a select number of words you can't say on Facebook, and yet you can curse like a sailor? Did I curse? When did I curse? I didn't curse. No cursing. Yeah, I didn't curse. Close the border like there's a door. Now that is true. Becky, you have made me laugh so hard. I adore you. I have family members over here for a Christmas party, and I'm hiding in my bathroom to watch you. Oh, Becky, come join my subscriber group. I'll Venmo you for the first month. It's the best thing I've ever heard. She's rubbing her nose. She's sick. Do your kids mind leaving on Christmas when they open their gifts? Kathleen, that is a very good idea. Very good question. I asked the same thing. I asked my children, do you want to go to Florida? Arse is a cuss word. Arse? Arse is not a cuss word. Arse is like horse or donkey or something. It's not a cuss word. Cuss word is like the P word or the F word or the R word. It's not working. So judgy. I know, you'd think people wouldn't be this judgy at this point. I mean, don't y'all have shit to do? Oh, well, that was okay. I just cussed then. If I feel bad with a cold, then I'm sick. Huh. Yeah, no, Amos does cuss. I will say that. A lot. Cursing is speaking the Lord's name in vain. No, I don't do that. Everybody needs to be cooking. The J word. What's the J word? Well, Amos have to transition. Ugh, Amos going back to school. He's going to be mad. You know what kind of text I get every day of my life? I get text asking me for passwords. And that person I have just sent to the pharmacy to get my sertraline, which is not because I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. Zoloft. Needs to know the Disney Plus password. I do not have the Disney Plus password. I have never had it. No one has ever given it to me. I would like it myself. So no, my children are excited to go to Florida on Christmas Day. It is the cheapest day to fly, and unless you make your reservations evidently a year in advance, it's thousands of dollars more to fly the next day. So I told them, if we're going to go, we need to go Christmas Day. Now, we could go Christmas Eve, which I think we would love, but my mother would not like that, because then that would put her in charge of having to do all the Christmas mess. And then you end up with, like, presents down there. It's a disaster. La, la, la. So, anyway, we ain't doing that. So, yes, they're excited to go. My friend Kate Swinson said, I remember when you used to sit in your backyard and smoke cigarettes on video. I really did. I was so pleased with myself. I'd have a slushie and a smoke. Oh, gosh. Yeah, these taste really good. Especially like eating candy. Can you imagine right now? What if I just lit up a cigarette in this bed? People would stop worrying about me being sick, that's for sure. My daughter's flying to Amsterdam from Phoenix for $300? Shut it. Really? I am your parent, Sage, and I don't think I would want these illnesses around me. It's sad and hard, but that's just me. Well, that's true. It's just you. We don't have the frickin' it. Paisley? What are you going to eat Christmas Day? Well, last year we had Subway because our plane was delayed. This year We are going to have sausage balls for breakfast and ham rolls. And then we're going to, and maybe eggs. And Christmas Eve tomorrow night, we're supposed to have chicken Debutante. These comments. I would not watch you on a video if you smoked on it. Really? Oh, what makes me sad? I just smoked because, I don't know, a lot of smoking. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. I'm just laying in my pajamas resting before Christmas. I mean, that is not being sick. Where are your in-laws? They came by today and brought some gift bags and some frozen pancakes for Amos. Yes, they did. Who keeps Honor while y'all are away? Honor, our service dog, goes with us. So there you have it. Give Megan a shout out, please. I'm from the Jersey Shore. Sausage ball recipe. Okay. Pound of sausage, a cup of cheese, mix it together, put it in the microwave for about 40 seconds to get it soft, and then a cup of Bisquick added. Well, actually, before you add the Bisquick, do a half bar of cream cheese. And then mix it all together, and then roll it into balls, and then you're going to put it in the oven put it in the freezer, and then you're going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes on 400. But you might want to let it thaw out a little bit. Yeah, I put up an old video today, and I was talking about my tree falling. Our tree fell last year. And when it fell, my children called to say the tree fell. I was, somewhere. And I said, okay, I'll be home soon. Well, I get home, and they're taking all the ornaments off. I was like, what are y'all doing? They're like, my oldest son, it's broken. I was like, the tree is broken? Yep, it's broken. It's not broken. We just need to stand it up. No, he didn't notice the cream cheese. I already made chicken Debutante. Chicken Debutante is, the idea that I'm being asked about food is a real worry for the state of the world today. Cup of mayonnaise, cream of chicken soup, sour cream, grated cheese, all mixed together. Cook some chicken breast in water with celery, peppercorns, carrots, and onion. And then you mix all that other stuff up. Oh, and broccoli, steamed broccoli, and put broccoli on the bottom, Parmesan cheese. Chicken next, Parmesan cheese, and then the sauce. Cream of chicken soup, mayonnaise, sour cream, and grated cheese, all mixed together. And then freeze it because it tastes better, and then you bake it. Yes, that's exactly right, Carrie. You can do that for sausage balls and chicken Debutante. So that is, I've already made dinner for tomorrow night, fortunately, and I've already made sausage balls. Why did you quit smoking? Well, is that even a real question? Because it's terrible for you. And I've always said, I don't want something to happen to me. Consider that these are my audience here. If I said right now, well, I have lung cancer, 1,000 people would comment, well, you smoked, it's your fault. I'll probably hear that anyway. But, I just couldn't take it. She's flying on a plane with a cold, and Amos has the flu. People are concerned that they're spreading it and visiting older parents. Well, let's see, Margaret. So Amos was diagnosed with the flu on Tuesday. Today is Sunday. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So he's on day 6. No fever since yesterday morning. Tomorrow will be day 7. 48 hours without a fever. And yet there are people like you in the world that will espouse that Amos is flying with the flu. And this is why people feel like they're going nuts. Because there are people out there, and I'm not picking on you, but I am, that have, it's like they've had lobotomies. There's no rational brain in your thought. I mean, if you have COVID, you stay home for 5 days. I mean, it's insane to me. It's almost like somebody saying, you had strep throat. Today's Saturday. Oh, look, it's only Saturday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 5. Sunday, Monday. So we're not flying until a week after he had the flu. You said you've been a parent for 18 years. I'm like, what? I have been? I mean, it is crazy. Nuts. People, you're going to fly on a plane with a cold? Are you effing kidding me? Can you not fly on the plane with a cold? I mean, what is happening to the world? It really is nuts. It's like the whole thing happened at the Capitol and all hell broke loose. Oh no. All fell down. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just read my book. These Happy Golden Years. Oh, it's my stomach. It's terrible. I wouldn't fly with a cold. Others might. I don't even have the cold anymore. The cold is gone. I'm done with the cold. I'm colded out. No more cold. Would you fly after a cold? I mean, it's just amazing to me. Symptom-free for 24 hours. People are soft and sensitive. Now, that is true. People are soft. It can be painful to fly with a cold. How long is the flight? It's an hour and 45 minutes. This is Saturday. Yes, you are picking on us while you mainline Mucinex lozenges. I wear a mask on the plane. I don't know who is next to me. Well, I can tell you who's next to me. Amos. Amos and the dog. A stomach bug. Yes, you need to subscribe again, Margaret. Not soft in the right ways. How do you know it's a cold and not the flu? Lord, help me, Lord. You're right. It could be the flu. I could have the flu and feel no symptoms, but I could have the flu. I could also have, I don't know. I mean, I could have all sorts of terrible illnesses right now and not know. Right? She's having a tantrum. I'm having a tantrum? No, I just... You need to come at tantrum. It's not the flu because I don't feel bad. It's not COVID. stupid because I don't feel bad. You have to feel sick to be sick, don't you? Okay. Subscribers, see you in a sec. You're a carrier.